President Muhammadu Buhari has approved the opening of 5 COVID-19 donor accounts. They form part of the existing Treasury Single Account (TSA) arrangement in 5 commercial banks. The financial institutions are Access Bank, First Bank, Guaranty Trust Bank, UBA, and Zenith Bank. The development was revealed in a statement on Tuesday by Ensure Ogubike, Director of Information, Office of the Accountant General of the Federation. He explained that the framework covered all public funds allocated and dedicated to the fight against COVID-19, including the fiscal stimulus package as well as all donations by corporate bodies and individuals. It also covers donations under the Private Sector Coalition Against COVID-19 Fund domiciled at the Central Bank of Nigeria (CBN). The TSA sub-accounts in commercial banks are to be used for the purposes of receiving COVID-19 donations only. On no account shall any other fund of federal government ministries, departments and agencies (MDA) be deposited into the accounts or any other accounts in commercial banks. All other government accounts are to be maintained at the CBN in line with the Presidential Directive on TSA. The TSA guidelines are related extant circulars. And all accounts with commercial banks are to be linked with the TSA at CBN to provide a single consolidated view of aggregate government cash balances. This will provide a single window for real-time access to details of receipts and payments across all commercial banks' accounts. In the absence of a ready tool to accomplish these requirements, the current CBN payment gateway may be deployed, the statement read. All collections into commercial bank accounts will be moved into the federal sub-recurrent account with the CBN. Failure to sweep all balances within 24 hours would be deemed a violation of the Presidential Directive on TSA and would attract sanctions. Furthermore, the disbursement of all COVID-19 funds, including those being collected directly by CBN and those domiciled with commercial banks, shall be through appropriation. Funds are to be appropriated directly to participating MDA and spending units like the Ministry of Health, Ministry of Humanitarian Affairs, Nigeria Center for Disease Control, among others, rather than to an intermediary agency like the Presidential Task Force (PTF). Administrative costs of the PTF shall be appropriated separately to the PTF Secretariat. Respective spending units and their accounting officers would take full responsibility for funds appropriated to them, and likely bottlenecks at the PTF are eliminated, he said. The government said this will bind all spending units to the Appropriation Act and provide the greatest measure of credibility and transparency to the management of the donation. So guys, these are sweet words. These are good plans. These are all very fine, well articulated. But reality is what matters. Just like Dino Melaye was bombarding all of them or was blasting all of them, including himself, that we have sold fuel for 64 years. Just 2 weeks, the government cannot feed the people. Just 2 weeks, they couldn't feed the people. And again, with this COVID-19 of a thing, the fund or the donations here and there, people have said those who are donating to the federal government, they are making a very big mistake, because at the end of the day, see what we are hearing. Before you know, this what is it called? Protocols upon protocols will now start setting in. They will tell you they have to see this, they have to see this, they have to do that. What you are supposed to give to the masses directly, it will now become a big deal. Now they have received over $311 million Abacha loot, which Malami is telling us is a Abacha assets. It has become Abacha assets. Now, how are they going to spend it? It's going to be a story for another day. See the way Nigerians are suffering. We are just going to be hearing billions upon billions, trillions upon trillions. You will just be asking yourself, do this money really exist in this country? Do we still have this kind of money in this country? Of course, the truth is not far-fetched. When you look at the lifestyle of these politicians, you now know that we have money in this country. When you hear the accusation, allegation towards them or against them that somebody dipped hand inside the cookie jar and took away billions of naira, money will be missing. You will now know that yes, Nigeria has money, but does it reflect in the lives of the people? See the common donations they made. They said no, they are not going to share it as palliatives. They are going to use it to upgrade our medical system and equipment and what have you. Now people have already gone back to their various businesses. People have been fending for themselves in this country from time immemorial. People have been doing that, so they don't even care. But these people, always taking all of these things to themselves. Now they will tell you TSA, they will tell you this and this, they will tell you this and that. Another thing there is that the federal government said they are going to be sharing the palliatives, because of course people are not even interested in the palliative because it's not doable, it's not working. They don't have the figures, they don't have what it takes. I think that shouldn't be an excuse for us not to demand for good governance, because if we say, okay, it's not going to work, we don't have a data to be able to disburse this palliative to individuals, then what are we going to do? Because these people will begin to stand on that point that yes, of course, already the Nigerians know that they don't have a structure, they don't have a data to do this. We need to compel them. I was talking about the rights they shared, the poisonous rights they shared to the people. Nobody's even talking on how the government should be sued. Government should be sued for that. I don't know whether you guys have heard that the NAFDAC said they did not inspect the rice, because that was what custom was telling us, or the federal government, that they inspected the rice, they checked everything. But these people said no, they didn't do that. You can imagine that kind of thing. Even if they had done that, you know that they just did it, or they would tell them that the rice is good for consumption. But in the recent, that is not the way it is. They still promise Nigerians that they're going to be paying through CBN. Initially, they argued that a CBN of a thing, or this using BVN in the first place to transfer cash. Up till now, they didn't do that. It's all about deceit and deceit and deceit. Reading rhetorics, they will do that because it's going to favor them. I have noticed that most of these people who are leading us, they don't plan beyond their tenure. They will do everything within their tenure so that they will benefit whatever they want to benefit. They will just like, oh, after we have left, let them continue. Whosoever that will come in, let the person continue. There's no continuity in the things that they do. And these people, you would think that they don't know what they are doing. Just like Omoyele Sowore said that Malami was saying Abacha's assets, but instead of Abacha loot. So they know what they are doing. They are just trying to be smarter, but at the end of the day, it's going to affect them. We don't even know why prominent people are being, are just dying left, right, and center. Because somebody said maybe because they don't have access to their doctors, and you see what is happening. It could be, it could not be, but we know that the fact is that they don't have access to their doctors. Whether that is what is killing most of the people in the north is a different ball game entirely. But if we look at this TSA they are talking about, the donations and what have you, some of the people that donated to the government, at the end of the day, after 1 or 2 weeks, they started sacking their staff. What do we call that? It's just all about rhetoric. Speak good English, speak good grammar, good whatever, but the reality is zero. It has no direct or positive impact in the lives of the people they are governing. They will sit down in air condition, they will just be ordering, giving orders. Oh my goodness. Wow. Someone said this is a way of refunding their money, but no more donation again. The eyes of Nigerians are now open, because Nigerians like me have not benefited anything from the last donations. How did you spend the last first one? Wicked souls. Okay. Someone say corruption in progress. I think these people don't need to donate to governments anymore, because they will still loot and embezzle the money. What happened to the one deputy governor that transfer his girlfriend account? Those donors should use the money and build hospitals in the local government. If possible, in the various towns, let it be something there or their community will benefit from. These people are really not okay to think they can fool people twice and dupe our money. Mr. President, which bank did your government use for all the donation before? This is called corona business, not coronavirus. Why must government open account in the donation of the donation for coronavirus? But let me tell you, if you don't stop this attitude of yours, it will fail you. You are packing all the money that is supposed to be given to the poor in your pocket. But let me tell you, you will become poor as anything if you don't give out what belongs to the poor. That's what somebody's saying here. And this person says, true talk, my dear. Imagine the old methods of collecting money as expired. Here is another new method. Where is the old money donated? We see and know individual that made donations to you. Give us the disbursement breakdown with the list and image of those that benefited. Then expect more donations. Lifeless as always. No, they tell you they will not release the names of those people they are giving the money there. According to law, it is not um it is not expected of them to release the names of those who have benefited from this. So guys, let us hear your opinion concerning this the directives or fresh orders on COVID-19 donations by the President Muhammadu Buhari.